Hello. So I wanted to come on here really quick and talk about some of the books I got recently. I got a couple books. The first one is Leo Tolstoy, Confession and Other Religious Writings. Um, I watched a interesting biography about him on, of all places, Lucasfilm on YouTube, and it talked about Leo Tolstoy's life. And now, I only knew of Leo Tolstoy as the writer of War and Peace and Anna Karenina and the Brothers Karamazov. Um, I didn't know that much about his life, and so when I was listening to the story of his life and learned that he became this very like devout Christian, but not in like the traditional sense. He completely cut out all of the miracles and biography, and pretty much just focused on the actual teachings of Jesus, and that's what this book sort of highlights is his his Christian ascetic, mystical practices that he sort of he was a pacifist. He didn't believe in any kind of war. He was against the draft. Um, he was a vegetarian, and he dressed in very like worker peasant clothing. Well, what he considered peasant or poor clothing, and he lived a very ascetic life from that point on. And his early life was very like a he was womanizer. He contracted multiple STDs in his youth. He was a drunkard. Um, very very much carpe diem in not the great sense of the word, but more very much hedonistic in his life. And it's very interesting to see him go this route. And what's interesting is in the biography, it said that he conversed, he exchanged letters. Excuse me, he exchanged letters with a lawyer from India named Mohandas K. Gandhi, and I was like, my ears and eyes kind of perked up, and I'm like, wait, Mahatma Gandhi? And so yeah, he inspired Mahatma Gandhi's nonviolent resistance to British colonialism, and managed to win independence for his country using the very methods of nonviolence advocated by Leo Tolstoy, which I thought was very interesting. The other book um, I got is The Way of Hermes, and this is a more modern take on the Corpus Hermeticum, which is one of the principal documents of Hermetic philosophy. If you don't know what Hermetic philosophy is, the most common term used is hermetically sealed. That is referring to a specific form of like vacuum. Anyways, I digress on that. But Hermetic philosophy, the Corpus Hermeticum is one of the principal documents of Hermetic philosophy. The others is like the Emerald Tablet, which the famous line, as above, so below, as within, so without. Um, Very famous document. There's also another document that's sort of like kind of jokingly um, made fun of within the occult community, and that is the Kybalion, which is published by the Three Initiates. But it's portrayed as being this ancient document, but it's actually more of a late 19th century document written by um, William Walker William Walker Atkinson. I believe that's correct. Um, he was one of the Three Initiates, and he wrote the Kybalion and kind of he helped write the Kybalion, and it was one of like it breaks down Hermetic philosophy in a very like different like different principles. And a lot of people who dabble with Hermeticism in more traditional channels tend to criticize that document, but honestly, when it comes to how people get into Hermetic philosophy, I don't really care how you do it. But I definitely do recommend this book, because it is a very good translation of the Corpus Hermeticum. It also has the definitions of Hermes Trismegistus to Asclepius. So that's also an interesting addition to the book. But anyways, I hope you found this interesting. Let me know what books you're currently reading or you're interested in the comment section below. And as always, 93 and blessed be.